Okay, so I have done my 2 ruffle rows with my ruffle yarn, and now I'm ready to resume knitting with the cashmere blend. We want to carry these yarns up the work as we go so that we don't have to keep cutting the ends and weaving all these ends in. So the way you do that, it's very easy. You want to cross the yarn and you just drape it over the ruffles yarn, the cashmere yarn over the ruffles yarn, and then you just knit with it. And in this way you've kind of caught the ruffles yarn along, kind of like so that they're arm in arm marching up the side of the work. And that way you can just keep dropping, picking up the yarn that you want to use. Simple, right?
It makes a lot more sense than
Doesn't
doing
it?
the cutting and tying off.
Yeah.
I don't like to do that because I always worry that it will become untangled and fall apart.
And especially for this project, because we are alternating back and forth using the cashmere blend and the ruffles, so we want to always have them handy.
Look at this. I am so proud.
Doesn't it
Look how cool that is.
Yeah.
Isn't it magical?
Looks so nice.
My name is Brenda Broder, and by day I am a self-employed hairdresser, and at night I am a knitter. My very first project was a rolled brim hat, and I went from that to mittens, and from mittens to the A-line party dress with the dinner bell ruffle, modeled here by my lovely Libby. I have my boa that I love to play with, and actually I've made several of these. And then I've got my little shawl. I just love all my stuff, and I love my felted bag. I knit at least 3 or 4 times a week. I always knit on Mondays with my friend Lorraine and my friend Deb. Knitting to me means a community. Any textile is about people getting together, spending time, talking, bonding. The knitting is kind of an extra add-on to the companionship that comes from the craft.
Okay, I'm ready to do my keyhole. I think, Brenda, you are too?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And the keyhole is the opening that allows you to loop the scarf through and keep it in place. Isn't that great?
And this will be easy.
It's easy.
Okay.
Now, what I have done is, using the cashmere blend, I have knit across 8 stitches, and that brings me to the place where I want to begin my keyhole. And the way to do this is to bind off stitches. And to do that, we first knit 2 stitches, and then using the tip of the left-hand needle, we pull the first stitch we bound off up and over the second and off the needle, and we've bound off 1 stitch.
So this is like making a buttonhole.
Just like making a buttonhole, just like binding off. So we want to do that 8 times. Okay. So you're at the end of the row.
I am.
I'm going to turn the work around,
Yep.
and we're going to purl back
Okay.
to the place where you see that buttonhole, where you see the opening.
Well, you know, something that I learned from my long-term knitter buddy is everything is just a knit or a purl. And sometimes I get to a part in a pattern and I panic because like, I can't do that. But it's just a series of knitting and purling.
It's just loops, looped together, and there's very few operations in knitting. It's just how you sort of mix them up and put them together.
And it's great what you can do with those 2 simple stitches.
Okay, so we've gotten to the place where we bound off.
Yes.
Now what we need to do is we have to cast those 8 stitches back on that we cast off,
Okay.
that we bound off, excuse me. And to do this, we need to turn the work around so that the knit side is facing. Okay?
Are you getting this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So far, yeah.
And then where you see your working yarn in that stitch on the left, that first stitch on the left needle, you're going to cast on 8 stitches the same way that you cast on originally for the project. Okay, now you're going to turn the work back around.
Okay.
Okay? And now you're going to see those purl stitches that still have to be worked, and you just work across to the end of the row.
Continue purling.
Continue purling.
Yeah, but I have a question.
So we worked across that row, and we now have our cast-on stitches back on the needle, and we have the original number of stitches on the needle that we started with. And we have, you can see the bottom of the keyhole, you can see the top of the keyhole, and that's all there is to it, and now you can just keep knitting. You guys are doing fantastic. I just wanted to show you that after you do your keyhole, the rest of the pattern is simple. It's everything you've already been doing. You're working ruffles, rows, alternating with the cashmere blend rows, and here you have some periods where you're just doing your stockinette, and then you're going back to your ruffles, and then some more stockinette, ruffles, and then you get to the end, and after your last two ruffles rows, you just bind off, and that's it.
Wow.
And there you have your Lion Brand Frill-Seeker Scarf. Isn't that great?
That's
Great, it really is.
And
But
for something that looks so fabulous, it's so easy to
isn't
make.
it simple?
You are dying to wear that to school tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
We don't have to tell anyone how simple it is, though, do
No,
we?
I won't.
Well, and that's the best part of knitting, is that it looks much more complicated than it really is.
But wait till you see what else I did. Look at these.
Oh.
I made these to match the mittens. And literally just add a couple rows, wherever you want them, to, you know.
Love that.
Isn't that great?
You could
What a
probably-
great look with a nice winter coat.
It's great.
You could
Fabulous.
probably even put ruffles on the end of a hat to match those.
A hat anywhere, really. Like we always sell leg warmers.
They're coming back.
They are. They're
They
back.
are.
But wait till you see this. Look at this.
Ooh.
That's so sophisticated.
Oh my
It's a
goodness.
super long scarf, and this is the Ruffles tweed colorway, which is great. And you can mix it up with all the other colors. And isn't this just
That's
yummy?
beautiful with just a knitting pattern.
It's beautiful.
That is
great.
lovely.
Isn't that great?
It is.
So
Very rich.
just
Is
to,
that the cashmere blend as
yes,
well?
it's the black cashmere blend and then the tweed Ruffles yarn. Just to
Very, very
give you some
nice.
ideas of what else you can do with it.
Carol, thanks so much. This has been a lot of fun.
It really has been.
And it's been a great learning experience too. Like I would have never thought I could do this until now.
Well, thank you for being here. We're going to keep on knitting. Have fun with your Ruffles Frill-Seeker Scarf. And remember, you'll find this pattern and over 1,100 other free patterns at lionbrand.com. Thanks for watching. With this new tape yarn by Lion Brand called Sasha, all you have to do is knit every row. Knit, knit, knit.
That's all it is?
And this, it makes beautiful, beautiful Persian lamb fabric. It's just, isn't that luxurious?